And while much attention for the Republican Party is focused on 2016, today we look to the past as the idea for the political party was first conceived on this date in 1854. One America's Cramer looks back on the history of the GOP, including how it got that nickname and the elephant symbol.
The Republican Party was born out of necessity on this day in 1854 in Ripon, Wisconsin. The nation was divided, literally and figuratively. The Missouri Compromise and Kansas-Nebraska Act put slavery at the forefront of state issues. Northern leaders such as Horace Greeley, Salmon Chase, and Charles Sumner had reached their boiling point. Following the Wisconsin meeting, Greeley penned an editorial in June of 1854, coining the official name of the party. Quote, "We think some simple name like Republican would more fitly designate those who had united to restore the Union to its true mission of champion and promulgator of liberty, rather than a propagandist of slavery." The party's first convention would follow in 1856, with John Fremont making the first run for president as a Republican. Where Fremont failed, Lincoln would succeed. Honest Abe became the first Republican president in 1861. 17 years later, the party got the familiar GOP nickname, and a cartoon by Thomas Nast gave Republicans a symbol. The party saw much success at the turn of the 20th century as William McKinley, Teddy Roosevelt, and William H. Taft held the presidency.
I am not leading this fight as a matter of aesthetic pleasure. I am leading because somebody must lead, or else the fight would not be made at all.
In the 1920s, Warren Harding, Calvin Coolidge, and Herbert Hoover rose to power, ushering in more than a full decade of GOP leadership. But it would take 20 years before another Republican would enter the White House, with Dwight Eisenhower serving 2 terms from 1953 to 1961.
Throughout America's adventure in free government, our basic purposes have been to keep the peace, to foster progress in human achievement, and to enhance liberty, dignity, and integrity among peoples and among nations.
Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, and 2 generations of George Bushes would propel the party to the present day, where a total of 247 seats in the House and 54 seats in the Senate means the party has achieved its largest majority in Congress since 1929. Time will tell if 2016 is the year the party will once again return to the White House. Still on the mission Greeley wrote about 161 years ago as a champion and promulgator of liberty. Cramer, One America News.